Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the NA House Divided campaign event for you on server number 1. All updates on this campaign are in the NA House Divided campaign Discord, which is in the description below. Our first map was downtown, you just saw that. Very tiny, very compact, whereas Maryland Heights is a lot bigger, a lot more hilly, and a lot more interesting. So with that being said, our teams for today. The USA campaign is playing on the CSA today, and the CSA campaign is playing on the Union today. So that being said, the Union today, we have the Sussy Brigade, 13th and 24th Georgia, Army of Northern Virginia, Shenandoah Valley Regulars, 4th Kentucky, and the 17th Michigan. And then on the Confederacy today, we have the 10th U.S., the Old Guard, the 20th New York, the 9th Corps, 3rd New Jersey, 42nd Pennsylvania, and the 83rd Pennsylvania. And with that being said, I hope you enjoy this event. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we have a downtown match for you. It should be a good one on a bigger pop server. As we can see, there's a whopping 245 people, but that doesn't matter because as you can see, 9th Corps is beginning to move straight in to the Confederate position, Union position. So
They're coming.
Huncho already spotting the Confederates that are up there. Union just trying to reform right now. So for those of you who don't know, this is a really tiny map. You can see CSA come down. They either come down this right side here or they come down that left side there. And point is right in the middle of this row. So it's really, really tiny. And 243 people on there is really tiny. Union usually hold out in the middle of the road like you can see here. They also hold up on that stone stairwell, which they haven't moved up there yet. Instead, we see the ANV holding hard here, getting some shots on the 9th Corps guys here. And these 9th Corps guys are going to have to be forced to charge here. This will be very interesting spectating it downtown just because of how small the map is. 10th U.S. now beginning to charge. You can see 42nd PA charging up top. Union beginning to form up on that stairwell, but 10th U.S. is slamming. This is what the Confederates need to do. They can't sit back and do this like mini shooting stuff. No, they need to be aggressive like they are right now. This will probably be a quick game. Whenever, I mean, you can kind of see it without with the scoreboard. Like, look how many flags there are in this tiny area. Downtown is meant to be like a small server. No, this is huge. Like, just look how many bodies. Confederates cannot afford to sit around and do nothing because that's going to bore a lot of people. There is about 125 people on each side, which is crazy to think of. Only 25 less than the max. So, in terms of the Union defense, we have Sussy on the right here with ANV 13th holding there. On top of this wall is, I think, 6th Corps and 4th Kentucky. So Union obviously defending where they need to, plugging those holes. Out in the back, though, is the 24th Georgia. So there's that. Confederates, on the other hand, are we going to try? You have 9th Corps up front with 10th U.S. to their right taking shots. 83rd in the back here. 20th next to them. And now Hood leading the 42nd PA. They are beginning to charge this Union position. This is so hard to break with that stairwell, but not a lot of Union on that stairwell. Union's shots are gone on the stairwell. Are they charging on both sides? The nice part about this map is you can kind of see. But look at the Confederate starts. It's such a trickle in. But it's still very hard to charge. But this is a very trickled in charge. They are starting to win though. Holy cow. They still got to deal with this flank, though, and the Confederates beginning to position themselves to go do that. It's kind of funny. I could just keep my camera here, and you would essentially know what is happening on this battle. Like, I don't even move the camera anywhere else. You could see what's happening. I mean, if the Confederates get back here, then maybe, but yeah, that's great. Confederates did get a flag up there, but Union now rushing up there and get it. What group didn't charge here for the Confederates? The 10th U.S. and some of 20th here. Mostly 10th, though, staying back, keeping up the independent fire, but Union holding strong. Most CSA charged one flag. Again, it was a very trickled-in charge. And they didn't even break half the Union team. You do have some Confederate guys still here. Who do we have here? We have Hood. Oh, we got team killed, surprisingly. Look at how much blood is on this stairwell. Holy cow. But this is a great map. It's very, very, very tiny. I love to see it. It's only a matter of time before the Confederates will begin to become aggressive again. And while we wait for the Confederates to reform, we can look at the lovely Harper's Ferry area. It's kind of great. So the first map is down here, and then the second map is fought up there. So two very diverse maps. It looks like we have another Confederate charge coming down the... Nope, it's a bait charge. Maybe baiting their shots. So it might not be a bad idea to send out a first wave of like 10 dudes, bait their shots, and then charge in. Only problem with waiting like this is now that Union group that died on the stairwell are now going to be able to push back up into the stairwell pretty easily. So an intense fight already occurring here in the downtown. This ahistorical scenario. It did not happen because Confederates never needed to go inside the town. Confederates still kind of forming up here. People coming from spawn. Those are probably people that are dying. But now the Confederates begin to mass charge on this stairwell side. Again, I'm kind of surprised they're charging down this flank. But anyways, charging in. Let's get close. As you can see so much here with the smoke. But Confederates easily overwhelming that stone wall there. Not a lot of guys there. Confederates still have a decent amount of force, but Union still has a lot of their men. I find this very intriguing that Confederates hitting engage, not too surprised there. Union hitting engage at the same time, so Confederates still in the advantage here. Tickets, both teams have lost 25% of their tickets at the same time. So I'm surprised the Confederates aren't charging this flank here, because there's a lot less Union crammed up in that tiny area. And Union, sure, they can all bonsai over there. They can also bonsai over there. It's just if they try to fight over here, it's more likely Union will get team kills. Also, you have a little more cover than trying to charge out here in the open where you can get shot like that poor man just did. And that other one. Going on down here in the Union side.
It's like, I'm okay with deep throating. You gotta pay me first, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do it for free.
Dude,
They're
I
all
think
welcome
somebody in the other line just laughed at that joke.
Go,
Scots.
Hello.
That's what I was
How's the
like
office
trying to
shot
because
going?
only men deep throat properly.
Good actually. Oh, good.
Hear them having a joy of a time while the Confederates are reforming. Let's hear. What are the Confederates talking about?
Big Steppa, what's your command?
Yo, someone hit the gritty.
You heard it. I hit the gritty.
Independent 5.
So Confederates still in a good mood. I mean, they're not doing terrible, right? So for those of you who don't know, when both sides, so there's different ticket stages, right? We saw both sides were battle ready. They went down to engage. The next stage after that is taking losses, then breaking. Then there's a fifth final stage, which it's different for each team. The attackers, it's final push. The defenders, it's last stand. When you're at battle ready, that means you have 76 to 100% of your tickets remaining. When you're engaged, that's 51% to 75. Taking losses, 26 to 50. And then breaking means 0 to 25% of your remaining tickets. So when both sides hit engage, that means they lost 25% of their tickets. That last stage is at 0% of tickets, which we'll probably see. And while we're still waiting, while both sides are still independent firing here, final push is essentially where the attackers will only have a limited amount of time to take point. The clock will change to give you time to go from your main to point 2 times without bayonets or reloads. So that's how much time you get in the final push attack. Of course, if there's less time on the clock, then the final push clock, or the final push time, the clock doesn't change at all. The defender's last stage is last stand, meaning that if you die right before last stand, you could spawn in, but if you die after last stand, you can't spawn in. So, seeing as the pace we're going so far, we will probably see both sides hit final push and last stand at the same time. But then again, there's 35 minutes. Both sides are still at engage. I'm surprised Confederates haven't charged. They won't win in this shootout. Look at this house view. What is Hood doing? What the Hood doing? Look at that nice hat. Very nice. skin that has got here. Hood goes down. And now 42nd PA is launching forward here to honor the death of their commander. The rest of the Confederates charging on top here. No, they're not. 42nd PA just pushed forward. Is taking independent fire at some of these guys who are peeking out on the edge. We have more Confederates surfing in here. The 10th US returning those positions, taking fire up on this hill. Like, look at this. 10th US not in a bad spot. I mean, it's still kind of hard to hit these shots, but
And have a gun in my head.
still interesting. Let's look at it from the 10th US view. This must be very intense from the soldier's perspective on a tiny map like this with so many players. I'm surprised Confederates haven't bunched up and charged one side at the same time. And the only time they did do that, it was very spread thin. I don't remember about the second charge, but first charge, definitely. They must be getting ready to charge soon if, look how many Confederate deaths there are from guys coming in. I don't know how many Union deaths there are because they do have these flags right here. This is insane, the amount of close quarters fighting we're seeing. I'm surprised.
If they charge the left side, we gotta be there to help them out too. We're at the reserves right now.
So we can see that 42nd is slowly creeping forward here. Hood wants to get a kill, but he's going to get shot almost instantly. Yep, there he goes. Like, look at that. Literally, if you make the wrong step in this map, you're dead. 4th Kentucky shifting to the left side of this line. Hey, like, it's so hard to break through this. Right, you could just make a whole movie out of this battle right here just because of how close quarters, the intense fight that is happening here.
Yeah, they're following us from the past.
So, 42nd PA is told 10th US pulled back. I don't know. I think it's still going to be close when tickets go down. I am still surprised. It's so hard for the Confederates to do anything except for charge. Because literally, you peek this corner, you're going to get shot.
Go to the staircase, like the go.
Is there... So they're charging the staircase again. I hope... Kind of... You know, they're only... 42nd PA is just charging on this side by themselves. I don't know if they're trying to get the Union to react, but more Confederates now charging in here. The 20th New York and the 83rd Pennsylvania are also charging in. You can see Union is now shifting over to clear the stairwell, which they will be able to do. 10th US charging in the middle of this fight here. That's the area that shifted over, and now they're going to flank behind that Union force. But, again, a lot of Union bunched up there. Confederates still trickling in here, though. It looks like Union's going to be able to hold. They lost the stairwell. Confederates taking losses. Again, because in this shootout like this, normally even tickets go down. But I think on this map where the Union going to taking losses, I don't know. I think Union's getting more kills off of the peeking around corners. Like Mr. Jake here should not be doing that. Like that's an out of line for defenders, and on a map like this, it's huge. Both sides are taking losses 31 minutes. I like it. Confederates, on the other hand, they have control of this stairwell. Union's got to push them out. This stairwell is pivotal to the Union defense. And you can see Union guys are charging in there, but they are kind of charging in alone, dying out of line, which is what the Confederates need. Confederates need to reinforce that position, and they're sending men up there. A lot of Confederates are now pouring into this area because they have control. I'm shocked the 5th NC hasn't pulled off here.
Never fear, guys. McPhail's here. Oh God.
Confederates are getting a firm control of that that stairwell. This will be close. This will be close. But Confederates have made gains, which they haven't done the first couple charges. And I've played this map historically. I've never seen the CSA get this position before, so I'm intrigued at how different this will be than normal matches. In normal matches, right, we usually see that the Confederates will never get it, and Union always holds, and Confederates could never break, and Union usually wins. We have another Confederate charge. This is the 10th U.S. slamming here into the middle. Unfortunately, they are alone in this charge, so they got slaughtered. On the lines, we have Jeff Knight here, getting team killed. It looked like he got shot in the back of the head. But now more and more Confederates are just trickling into this area. Absolute bloodfest. I'm surprised those guys on the stairs have charged. But these Union guys that are charging out are not smart. Sure, you're trying to get the flag. Your spawn is right over there. But they did get the flag back, so props to them. But I don't know if it's 100% necessary in this situation. Really just going to be close fighting for the rest of this round. More close fighting than there already was, if that means anything. You can kind of see, like, Confederates taking that stone wall, or the stairwell. Now, if we can get the right spot, they have nice shots down this way. So most of the Union has had to fall back now, so that they don't get shot. And it can let the Confederates come this way, but also they have an easier pathway on this left side. So this will be, are the Confederates, can they hit them from up here? They can go up here, but you could see it's very, very risky. Look how many Confederates are bunched up on this stairwell. It's crazy. So Confederates are just going to get to the right side. They're going to charge out at some point. I don't know if they're going to wait for breaking. I mean, one more charge and both sides are going down to breaking. Is that a question? No, it's not. Every charge, the sides have gone down. So it's only a matter of time. Is this so? I think, yep, 10th U.S. forming up in the middle. We saw them charge a couple of times down here, and they have died. I hope they're waiting for their friendlies up here. Or their friendlies are going to charge in. Can we hear anything from Machado? There's nothing in there. Of course, there's nothing in none of them. All the U.S. soldiers of the Civil War were just a bunch of mindless dummies, as we all know. Like, we can go in this Union soldier here. Hayden, I don't know if he's not moving well. Proudfoot, like, look at this, brainless, got no brain. So 10th U.S. now charging in. They are by themselves, but there's no Union there. They are all there. So 10th U.S. is going to be able to get a little farther. Union hitting breaking. Confederates just need to charge now. 10th U.S. charge, knocking them to breaking. I'm surprised. Maybe Confederates are just trying to knock them to the last stand. Confederates will hit breaking once this group charges out, and here they go. So many people bunched up here. This is just crazy. This is fun to watch. I'm surprised the Confederates haven't gone down to breaking yet. It's probably because of all those trickle-ins that we saw on that stairwell. And also Confederates getting some nicer shots. Confederates, you hear some Union saying countercharge here. You can hear the absolute, I don't even know what that is. But Confederates going down to breaking, but that just shows Confederates are a good minute or so ahead on tickets. Which means Union's going to hit last stand a good portion of time before the Confederates will hit final push. And even if Confederates hit final push at the same time as Union hits last stand, Confederates still have a major advantage. Because the point is almost in Confederate control. So, it is only a matter of time. Not all the Confederates fell off this position, though. They want to secure that forward position on the stairwell. You do have a Union group kind of bunched up in this middle. Really just a mix of everybody. Was that a team kill?
Get behind. Get the reload. Let's go.
So we can see through the civilian's house here that Yeah, imagine you're in this house during this fight. That'd be absolutely insane. Like, you're just peeking out the window like, oh, it's a lovely day here in Hoppus Ferry. Confederate artillery. I'm hitting, if you don't know, Confederate artillery is all the way up there. That's probably the first time I've noticed them. Do they have artillery over there? I don't know if they can use that battery on this map. You can see that Union group in the middle going out for a volley. Again, Confederate Union just needs to pull back and just stay in formation. I don't like them peeking out like this, because they're at risk they're at a high risk area right now for Union. It's like COVID except lead, a high lead area they're at, because those Confederates have beautiful shots down this middle area. Look how many Confederates are just clutched up. It looks like about at 24 minutes they're going to charge. I heard 30 seconds. Might be wrong, though. Union pulling back even further to avoid getting shot at from the Confederates up here. I mean, any Confederate that tries to shoot out there is going to get destroyed, as we can see. So, yeah. Oh my, look at that. Having a fun time there. Maybe I heard wrong about 30 seconds, as they're not moving, but regardless of that fact, it's going to Confederates are just probably shooting down the last stand. They don't want to risk going in the final push too quickly after the Union hits last stand, because once Union hits last stand, tickets each death is critical. So it looks like the 10th U.S. is going to begin to push out and cross this road, because they can cross this road. I don't know how far back. Can they get around this way? They 100% can get around the backside there. But 10th U.S. charging. I didn't even realize there's a hole here.
Jesus Christ, my dude.
The 10th U.S. charging in this little hole here. Do they see the Skirm King? Oh, no, they don't. They see guys up top. Oh, my goodness.
One's left. He's dead.
Oh, there it goes. So 10th U.S. was able to cross the road. They aren't chickens, or maybe they are. The chicken crossed the road to get to the other side, and they did get to the other side. So we have Jeff Knight. Look at that beautiful view. This is inbounds for them. 20th New York, actually, all up here, getting shots down.
Guys, rejoin the main line. We don't have the fucking people for this.
You tell him, Zoo. And unfortunately, not everyone listens or hears you. It's so close. It all started. And there it is. Last stand. Confederates, I don't know if they're going to charge. For the sake of avoiding casualties. Or going in the last stand, rather. Final push, last stand, last stage, whatever that means. But 10th U.S. is charging in. They're not waiting for anybody. They are going in. This might cause the Union to go to a final push. Confederates are going to final push. Every man that dies from now on the Union will no longer respawn. And now the rest of the Confederates are charging in here. Look at all the smoke here. Confederates slamming into the last Union line here. Look at all the dead bodies. I have my corpses at 0, and look at all the dead bodies. Imagine if I had bodies on them. Confederates still not at final push here. A lot of Union left, but it won't matter because Confederates haven't hit that final push yet. Look at all the dead. I mean, this is literally on 0 corpses. Absolutely insane. Union actually have to push forward now because Confederates are getting bodies on point. The flag bearer being a smart man trying to distract the Confederate hits, but he's now just vibing with the other Confederate flag bearer and goes down. So Union is able to hold off this charge. Confederates still not in final push. Confederates have so far just been the better shots. Union holding, surprisingly. There we go. Final push up. Confederates have 2.5 minutes to cap the point. They should do it. And no right way will the Confederates lose this. In no right mind would they lose this map. It is only a matter of time. And now the Confederates are swarming on the point. Only a couple Union guys left. We have featuring birds here. Pyro getting that kill. Pyro getting another kill. Pyro's on a rampage. And he goes down. I don't know any corpses. And that'll do it. So, that was a good match. I enjoyed it. Very quick. Very fun to watch. The Union's mistake was losing that stairwell. I do not know why 13th wasn't up there. I forgot the other regiment that was with the 13th in the middle area there. But I'm surprised Union didn't try to hold that stairwell any harder. The moment the Union started to lose was when they lost that stairwell. Confederates did what they needed to do. They were charged. They were aggressive. They didn't wait for anybody. So well done, the Confederates. Union only mistake was losing that stairwell because then they had to fall back and lose some good positions. So, but look at the casualties. Absolutely insane for a campaign like this. Is Union Confederates going to reach? No, they're going to get 900 Confederates. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, almost breached 1,000. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely fun. With that being said, we'll see you in the second round. Here we are with our second round of tonight's event. We have Maryland Heights. As you could see, a little bigger than downtown. I don't know if you could tell how far the teams are apart, but it's a little bigger. So, very interestingly about this map is, as you can see, the point of contention is here. But you'll be noticing that the Union is going to just not go on it. They're going to keep going up on top of this hill and get on these rocks. Why do you want to get on these rocks, you might ask? Well, because that's where this Confederate group is pushing. The 10th U.S. is leading the Confederate force right now. They're trying to get those rocks before the Union can. Because if the Confederates can get that high ground, they'll just be able to swoop right down the hill, use the cover, and get to the point very, very easily. So 10th U.S. is leading that charge. You do have a scouter over there, but in terms of the rest of the CSA, behind the 10th is the 42nd PA with 9th Corps and 20th. And then 42nd PA's officer. Are they over here? We have the 83rd. More 9th Corps. Did I miss the 42nd? I don't know. Who's over here? We have the Old Guard is moving off by themselves. Fighting has begun on top of this hill. 10th U.S. engaging this Union force. You can see they're fighting on these rocks. Union is just gunning it up the hill, getting past that point, because the point doesn't matter right now. We could see that this Confederate force, who is the 42nd 9th Corps, guys, the 42nd 9th Corps Regiment, guys, I did not think they were, I wasn't going to say 42nd PA, but 9th Corps is moving down. They're probably a force that is going to try to pre-cap. In terms of Union, we have the 5th North Carolinian sharpshooters, probably trying to stay there and scout, make sure the Confederates don't go onto the point. In terms of the Union defense, though, we do have the 24th holding on the left side here. To the right of them is Sussy, 13th as well. And then behind them is ANV. And to the right of the line, it looks like the 4th Kentucky is moving that way. Confederates, like last round, need to be aggressive. Sitting around and shooting on this map is never good. It's way too long. And it'll be a very close end of the game. And thank goodness they're charging. This is what the Confederates need to do. 10th U.S. charging in. The rest of the team is now charging in. It's kind of a slow charge out, though. Not really together, but they're still up there. There's a 42nd PA. Again, not all the Confederates charged in. Now they're charging in, but that was so delayed that they got destroyed in detail. You still have more Confederates here Pushing in 83rd is gonna volley. I don't like them volleying that close. They should have saved their charges and gone in. Because I guarantee a lot of those shots missed. Of course, some of them might not have been able to shoot if they died while charging in, but we do have this Confederate force, 9th Corps. Paradox. I'm moving on to point. Like I said, no Unions on point, so Confederates have free reign. Where's... Oh, there it is. This group's really above point. I was wrong. But in the meantime, we're going to have to wait a couple minutes. Because look how far the Confederates are. Confederates spawn all the way over there. They got to truck up this hill all the way up here. Are there any Union spawns? Look how far a Union got to go as well. Both sides have to chug all the way up this hill. I mean, I'm going as fast as I can in the spectator camera. And it takes a while to get up here. 9th Corps is moving up to these rocks under the Union. Getting in position. They do have a flag, which is used, but they're going to be starting engaging this Union force. See Murphy leading out some of the Union forces to charge down.
Push the flag, sweep it up.
So Union's trying to wipe this Confederate force so that they can't get respawns behind them. And that flag bearer is trying to get away because their flag is so far away. Again, that's the hard part about this. Confederates lost those flags there. They don't get flags. They have to charge up there again if they want to get those flags. But yeah, really, it's just going to be waiting for something to happen. And in the meantime, we will wait patiently for the Confederates to move and hit the Union again. This is the Hooker's push of Harper's Ferry.
Just wants it to
now
sound
it's the
like it's
Confederates.
his idea.
Exactly.
Look at them go.
We gotta take their way of life. We gotta make sure they don't come down here. We can live the way we like. The way we like is our way. The good way. The right way. Don't live by this Yankee bullshit. Live by the way we see down here. The Southern way. The honor code.
For a second, if you can lock on to corporal.
Yeah, my accent is awful. I have a Boston accent in real life. I'm really bad at this.
So Firefly trying to encourage their men after dying in that miserable charge. You can see some Confederate forces still down here, though. But is the old guard. They're probably just scouting or hitting off Union spawns that are moving up the hill. But Confederates, look how long that line is. Eloquent. This is how important the flags are, right? Because Confederates just wasted 2.5 minutes probably trying to get up this hill.
Me and my 40 slaves, I have the option to opt out of this army here, but I am fighting for my home, fighting for my people,
Who's saying
fighting
that?
for my property.
Do you write this
July.
stupid shit down on the script and just read it as you're running? It's
God,
ridiculous.
President
I'm actually
Secretary
making this up as I go, I swear to God. I wish I had something written down. I'm making this up as I go.
That's how you do it.
You had me
Yeah.
first, but then you
This
lost
is
me.
just me. I'm fucking ripping on this.
On one.
So they're having a fine time. Confederates kind of holding here. As you can see, Union is kind of in two different parts. We're looking at the Andrew Jackson defense of New Orleans here. The British are invading. We'll see. This will be if Confederates could charge together. I think they have a shot here. Server numbers. Never mind. Union has 10 more. But even then, with Union spread out as they are, and never mind, where'd the back half go? They kind of fell. I mean, Union is kind of spread out. The old guard, you can hear some shots down there. Confederates should charge. Shooting down is not going to work. It's boring. Of course, this is a campaign. Casualties are a factor in this. There were a lot last round. And it can be hard for the attackers because you don't want to take too many casualties, of course. So that is the concern with how they're playing this. We could see the 83rd. Maybe pulling out, no, just 9th Corps. Right here. Looking in front of his men. You hear the rebel yell. Confederates so inching very close. Union responding to this group. The 4th Kentucky are moving down. So very close to the 9th Corps guys. 9th Corps guys should get a beautiful shots here. Can hear the zoos. And more ragdolls going down the hill. Decent shots by 9th Corps though. There's probably like 10 guys there and they got 6 kills, which is pretty good. Kenny's trying to get his Ben to fall back. I think Kenny? Or is it ducks? Oh, it's ducks. I can't tell who I'm hearing, but more Confederates pushing up on the bottom. Paradox again. We saw him do this earlier. I don't know if their men got, I think their men pretty much got wiped. But Confederates now enveloping Union. How many Union are coming up to their spawn? A decent amount. More than 10. So numbers are at least even up here. Confederates coming up from spawn. Actually, that's a decent amount. Because remember, a lot of the Confederate flags were down, but now they're not. They should be up. I don't see any flag down markers. And there's one right there.
Yep.
So, the only problem is Confederates had to charge. They're very, very spread out along this line. It would be very hard for them to come together and charge together, you know. Someone just shot that flag. So here, what are the Union people thinking here?
One keep right northwest, boys. On the right side up the hill.
Look at these shots. You can barely see the Confederates. And there's a decent amount there. Most of the Confederates are over here. They shifted where Reds guys were. 83rd, holding up on these nice positions here. This is very close combat in the woods. Very, very fun to watch. So we can hear these guys starting to say down the slope because the Confederates are all gathered there. So Confederates are really, really spread up top. Not by far, but look how many Union though are so they're gone. I mean, they have a Union has a whole group back here. They have so many respawns trickling up. Confederates, I think, have the manpower to win a charge. Not that it'll be easy, but I think they have a good shot of winning a charge if they do that. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Confederate charge in a hot minute. Right as I say so, 9th Corps pushing up. They're just doing a rising volley though.
Fire.
Almost made it sound like they were actually going to charge. But nope, they're holding back. So oh, beautiful this is. Wow. Only a matter of time before the Confederate. It's kind of cool that like I could still be out this far and I can kind of tell what's going on. But look how many, like, again, I keep bringing this up, but Union respawn, do they not have a flag? Like, any weight on the flag is better than walking up that hill. I don't like those flag bearers being in the middle of the line though. It should be on the side because people, especially in the woods like this, it's hard to see. You're going to shoot towards the flag, which is the biggest, most obvious thing that you will see. We're almost a third of the way through the match now, almost at the 30-minute mark. Both sides are still at that first stage battle ready. Really impressive job by the Union. I mean, Union hasn't done much out of the ordinary, right? They moved to the top of the hill. They have prevented the Confederates from getting there, but Confederates have charged. They charged once, they failed. It's only a matter of time before Confederates charge again. Confederates might want early cap, but that would really draw things out. So maybe we'll see a charge at 30 minutes, I hope. Paradox pushing his 9th Corps further up the hill, closer to the Union lines. But, yeah, 30-minute mark has been reached. Is anything happening? No. Actually, something is. We do have this Confederate group. Who do we have here? the 10th U.S. We've seen them really start a lot of these actions tonight, which I love to see. Agrippa getting assassinated by the assassin. So, I'm intrigued to see what 10th U.S. I don't know if they're trying to get down the point or get up behind this Union army. It looks like they're trying to just get up and get behind. I like it. You can kind of look where Machado is. Like, when I move, the shadows, like, change. It's like, dark on the path, light on the path. That's just funny to watch. But Machado getting his men up behind the Union forces. Nothing really too much happening here. 20th and OG kind of in the most forward position here. Little bulge in the Confederate line here. But yeah, still a lot of Union. Again, I don't know why there's so many Union respawns from Maine. But 10th U.S. is now slamming in. Confederates need to charge on both fronts. I don't know if they are. If the 10th U.S. goes in, the rest of their friendlies have to. But 10th U.S. getting on the rocks behind this Union force. They have beautiful shots. Union is now getting pincered here by the Confederates. I thought that sounded like a Union guy screaming in there. But Union's now split into two groups. Union finally hitting engage, but 17 minutes into the battle. Very, very slow. As you can see, a lot of the Union is pulled off to fight the 10th U.S. The Confederates need to charge in on all fronts right now, and it looks like they are. Confederates should win this. 10th U.S. might lose, but the rest of the Confederates will be able to overwhelm this flank, which they easily do. Back on this front, the fighting is very close. Confederates will win. 10th U.S. will live that. Surprisingly. I mean, maybe not surprisingly. I don't know. But Confederates could just bonsai a point right now, cap it, and then have a 12-minute counterattack. Which, honestly, is possible. I mean, Union's so spread out. I mean, Union has such a long way to travel to get to Maine. No, not Maine. They're already there to get the point. So I'm intrigued to see what the Confederates will do while they have the whole top of the hill to themselves. Union, and not surprising, they hold their Confederates. We'll see what they do, if they cap the point or not. They are ahead in tickets. However, they need to stop that clock because the clock is getting lower and lower. Union could just camp spawn and force the Confederates to cap, which honestly might not be a terrible idea. Maybe pull up to that camp halfway up. Force the Confederates to cap. Maybe. Then you would go up to their tickets. So, yeah, maybe Union should do that. But I don't know if they would win a charge going up that hill trying to get there. It's all risk analysis. And what do you think your men can do? You can hear 40-second PA guys saying to the cap. So it looks like Confederates are moving down towards the point. They're going to cap, force the Union to come out to them possibly. Or they're just getting closer. Maybe that's what they meant. I don't know, but Union is so far away. It's mostly just Union Rambos that are out here.
Yeah, let's go, pussy.
Hawkeye and Tater here.
No.
How did Tater die?
Thank you.
Confederates volleying at these Union guys. Who are these guys here?
Where do we go?
Where
I don't
you
know
going,
where we go.
pussy? Get back up there.
Abort! Abort!
Hey, now you're saying abort, bitch. This is how you play Tarkov. You want to get in a fight and then you run away.
He gone.
Well, I guess we're running. I'm running.
Bitch.
Scott's the Major General of Sussy Brigade.
Hey,
Is
how you gonna leave a brother hanging like it?
We must follow this story while the Union's reforming. These are the stories that make War of Rights epic. If that's a good word for that, I don't know.
Man, Ed, how you gonna do that to me, man?
Bro,
That's what you do, man. You say, oh,
look,
no,
look,
we're going to get in this fight. Oh,
No,
never
no,
mind,
no.
I'm running away.
No, this is exactly Murphy's
Oh,
words.
shalom, Scott.
Murphy literally said, yeah, they're cleared up top, so that all 5 of us were gonna go get the fucking flags.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, Murphy's like, I told you they were cleared. Like, he didn't make it, like, he didn't say who was cleared. He just said, they're cleared. It's cleared at the hill, up top.
See, look.
Oh, shot. Oh, shit. Is that fucking... Oh, that's fucking Knight right there? Take him out. Dead. He's dead.
Who?
We just need to
It's
scab
Deucer right
charge.
there.
Oh, these guys are about to get fucked up right here.
Tell him to hold. Go tell him to hold, dude. Tell him there's like 70 fucking people up on the hill.
I think that's your guys.
That's not my guys, because my star's
Oh,
like
no,
over there
they're
to the
on the other
northwest.
side.
I'll go tell him.
Those are fucking enemies shooting that close.
So, Scats is in the steam call. That's why they mentioned something. But Confederates are coming down the hill. They aren't capping the point. 42nd PA is going to get absolutely beautiful shots on this group. And this undisclosed group is the ANV.
They're on the point.
They are not on the point, in fact. They are purposely not on the point. So this is where things start to speed up, because now the Union has to get up the hill. They need to be aggressive to push the point. And essentially that. Oh.
That was a fucking rat rev.
Suck my cock! Suck my cock! This is my hill!
Ed, I'm gonna go grab I'm gonna go grab one of these flags. $10 says I'll bring it back.
I own the fucking hill, killer! Get off my hill!
These are the moments.
I'm
So
gonna go grab it.
we see 9th Corps is now engaging with ANV. 42nd PA pulled up the hill a little bit. Where is Scott's at? I want to see him get this flag.
Oh, VA, actually, cancel that. VA. Oh, there's guys up here northeast.
So the flag disappeared. Confederates hitting engage, but a couple of minutes. Actually, not that far off, right? We might say a couple of minutes off, but here's the thing. They haven't been engaged for a couple of minutes. So they're not that far apart. However, Confederates do have control of the hill, though, which is very pivotal. We have the 4th Kentucky pushing up this far left side. Again, really far away from the point. I guess they aren't worrying about point because they didn't cap.
East, southeast, there's an officer! Southeast, direct southeast! Officer, direct southeast!
There's Paradox. That's who the officer is, sir. Archangel wants this.
I got a fucking grenade! Frag out, frag out, frag out!
We have Shaw now charging in, getting that kill that Huncho couldn't get. No, Paradox just got him. Has anything else really happened? Where is the Union team? Where are they at? What is going on over here? Are they trying to force the Confederates to cap?
What's up, my guy?
I love hearing you.
That's fair.
I think this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to prevent the they're trying to kill the clock, force the Confederates to cap. 4th Kentucky is engaging. Again, if that's what they're doing, why is the 4th Kentucky engaging?
Alright, let's just go there and look at this right.
Boys.
Maintain your composure, lads! The enemy is before us, but we will crush
Right,
all who down.
Remember, boys, they may
I guess I'm 24.
So we could see that the 24th is now beginning to push up, but Sussy Brigade is sitting back. 13th is also in pursuit. 4th Kentucky appears to have been wiped by the 42nd PA. Apologies for missing that. But 42nd PA looked like they didn't really lose any. A lot of the Confederate Union is now beginning to push forward, realizing the Confederates aren't capping. Union has no need to push up here. Actually, let me think about that. We're going to put a pin on that note. But over here, we have A and V. We see Ninja here. Is PA even in this fight? Maybe I read chord wrong. No, it's just Ninja. Ninja's vibing. So, the point is being capped right now by the Confederates. Union held back to kill the clock. They killed it for another 2 minutes, and now Confederates are on the cap. I don't know if they're going to cap or not. They are ahead on tickets. I don't know if they are. I don't know. They might be doing this to force the Union to start moving closer to the point. This is the 42nd PA. We saw them do this earlier. They're rolling up on the A and V again. 20th is here as well. Shaw's running up. CJ's going from. CJ gets a stab. Not the kill, though. More USA approaching on this top here. It is the 5th NC, Sussy Brigade. Unfortunately, they're charging in, but they don't realize that they're in. So I really like this. They're pushing in. They got on point right before the cap. Confederates have to know they're near now. A lot of shots engaging. A&V is shooting up the hill, but right as they do that, the 42nd PA is getting on their flank. Confederates have a huge opportunity, but look how spread the Confederates are. Union's all clumped up in the middle. They're just holding on point. They should not push out. Force the Confederates to come to you. A lot of close blank fighting. My frames taking a hit from this kind of mini charge. I don't think the Confederates necessarily playing because Confederates went down the hill to deal with A&V. A&V is basically gone. But because Confederates are a little confusion, a lot of trickle-ins by the Confederates onto this point. With that being said, there are more Confederates trickling down the hill. 9th Corps, right as is this 13th? 13th Georgia is now flanking the 9th Corps here. And now 13th is moving. Oh my goodness, they're getting slaughtered. 13th is going to get slaughtered there by 9th. And now the Confederates are charging in. 42nd PA charging, I wouldn't say behind the Union. Union's kind of like in this circle position right now. We could see more Confederates on this other side here. The 10th U.S. and 20th New York are now probably coming up that hill and coming in to flank the Union here, which they are. A lot of fighting here. And Confederates are easily going to overwhelm the Union there. Confederates probably aren't going to cap. They didn't cap before. I don't see why they would cap right now. Or they might cap because Union will take a couple minutes to get back up the hill. We have 4th Kentucky. We saw them get wiped earlier, so that's why they're going up. And then this is A and B beginning to move up. But the Confederates have a firm hold now. There are really no Union Rambos over here. Yes, no Union Rambos. Is this Hood? Hood likes to do these things. It is Hood. Hood probably just scouting out. He's going to get away, but Moth, I don't know. Never mind. Moth didn't see him. But yeah, I don't know why a Confederate force is all the way on top. Maybe that's just in reserve so that they can hold those rocks in case they lose down here. But those Confederates being down here might change the sway of a charge. It would change the sway of a charge very, very easily. So we see 4th Kentucky pushing up on the left in the middle here. We have a mix of groups here. Hood charging down on the hill. Union hitting, taking losses. Confederates very close in the cap. Oh. Confederates don't cap. That's smart. If Confederates cap, they all need to converge on point. But now that they aren't capping, they have 15.5 minutes to knock the Union to breaking. 42nd PA just really charging down, getting a lot out of lines. Which is very, very huge. A lot of the Union on point. What the heck? I guess 4th Kentucky just went around, and this was the group that the 42nd just passed by. But that's kind of funny to look at there behind. The Union is on top of the Confederates. Scott's finally got that flag that he wanted.
Nope. Don't get me.
But you know, hey,
We just want to be your friend.
Feel free.
No problem.
Like it's just protecting Scots there. But a lot of these Union guys are going to be dying in skirmishing and out of line. Going to be very detrimental to the Union here. I mean, they're charging up the hill right in. I mean, sure, these are out of lines as well, but out of lines hurt the defenders way more since they have less tickets. More percentage of tickets is lost because of out of line. I don't know why 9th Corps is holding up here. The only logical thing is to secure those rocks in case they lose down here so that they don't lose the top. That's the only thing I can think of. 4th Kentucky not pursuing, holding back instead. But Union should not engage the Confederates. They should force the Confederates to cap. And then they should try to retake the point as quickly as possible. 4th Kentucky dealing with the 42nd here. 4th Kentucky has a lot more men. 4th Kentucky barely winning this actually though. And now more 42nd PA guys are charging in. We can see who is it here. The 10th US charging straight into the Union guys that are here. We have Mofo. Repass Ninja. No, we missed a free out of liner. But these guys are charging up to finish. The 4th Kentucky guys are here. There's a lot more now. They just kind of appeared. So 10th US is now engaging with that Confederate force. Where are the Union respawns? I know they're up there on top of the left here. Let's check who these Union respawns are. It is the 13th and 24th Georgia Peach Corps. Peach Corps is now moving up, and they're beelining it. 10th US did wipe out the 4th Kentucky. You could barely see that for a moment. 83rd and 20th now see the Peach Corps.
West-northwest.
83rd should have done independent fire. They should not have volleyed. I get the suppression mechanic, but 13th and 24th got some shots off before that volley and took away some of your shots. Also, when independent firing, right, if a guy shoots, most of the time the guy next to him will be like, oh, he just shot that guy. I'm not going to shoot in that same area. Because volleys, everyone shoots towards the middle. It's very hard to get the left side of your line to hit their left side of the line and your right side of the line to hit their right side of the line. Very, very hard. Peach Corps could be easily surrounded, though. 10th U.S. pushed past where the 4th Kentucky was, holding up on the rocks, and now they're engaging the Peach Corps, and Peach Corps is going to have to fall back. Oh, don't cap, don't cap, don't cap. That was a dumb idea. Confederates have to converge all on point now, or else Union's going to regain a lot of tickets, and Union will have a good chance of winning. Union needs to retake this point as quickly as possible. But it's going to be very hard for the Union to do that. Confederates need to all converge on point, or push down the hill. 9th Corps guys on top need to go down the hill. So we have A and V right now, kind of holding back. Maybe waiting for friendlies. But look at that. So in terms of the Confederate defense in the meantime, we do have 9th Corps holding up on the left side. More 9th Corps coming down the hill on top of the hill. 83rd. It really, this looks just like a rendezvous point. 9th Corps did move down. I like that. I like to see that a lot. 10th and the 20th are holding there. A couple 20th. The 83rd. I don't know. It's a 42nd. Where's the 83rd? Where's the 83rd and the 20th? Oh, they must have gotten destroyed by the Peach Corps. But then the Peach Corps themselves got destroyed by the 10th U.S. So we saw A and V down here. Behind them is the 1st Delaware and 4th Kentucky. Going on this has to be Sussex.
Form square.
Yep.
Form square. They're behind
Where?
us. Oh no, that's a fucking. Never mind.
Then C form square.
Honestly, this isn't a
Fill
bad
in the
idea.
gaps.
We got
And everyone else?
360-degree coverage.
Form square.
We can just shift the line.
Back of the square.
So they're forming square here.
Totally useful.
Hey, as you can hear C. Murphy saying, a good tactic.
Now they all know that.
Beautiful square, gentlemen.
Square.
Beautiful square.
Now imagine if we could stay in formation.
Is any enemy up there?
Look at that. Absolutely crazy that you would see this in a War of Rights match. The square. Apparently, I saw in Casey's manual that you can do oblique squares, which is fascinating.
That's a
Wait for the
friendly.
rest of our
Friendly,
men.
that's a friendly.
So you can hear 5th North Carolina. They are waiting for the rest of their friendlies to form up one square.
Flash.
I'll let you in.
Thunder.
Thank you. That's
I'll let you in,
good.
Thunder.
So as we can see, Union spending a lot of time here, right? 7-minute counterattack. They have 3 minutes. They've wasted 2.5 so far.
Come on in, come on in.
Look at that square.
Here comes A and V.
Look in all its beauty. So you can see there's a lot of Union Rambos out here that are they're really far away. I don't think they heard, but they're really just distracting the Confederates. Now A and V is moving in here.
Well, everybody's heard about the box.
They're still holding here in this square formation.
Hey, Mercury, you're tracking
that they're from our southeast, correct?
Yes.
Are you afraid?
Alright, just make sure.
Oh, look at that.
Friendly's coming in from
Alright,
Lovely.
this is it. We gotta move. Make an opening.
And now they are beginning to move out here because they don't have time. They really don't. They have 3.5 minutes now. Pentheos really pushing really far out. They probably loaded their friendlies. All of Union. Union has one charge. This will decide if the game. I think. If obviously the Confederates will win if the Union doesn't win this charge. But if Union does win this charge, they will gain tickets a decent amount as well. With 12 minutes left, that's plenty of time. But of course, the Confederates can retake the point, and we might see this process all over again. So it's not a guarantee, but it'll 100% help the Union and give Union a huge boost to win this game. Not that it's theirs. So you could see a lot of the Confederates spread out. You have the 83rd, 42nd, 20th OG, and the 10th all here. And we do have the 4th Kentucky moving in to engage with this force. They're going to be distracting a lot of Confederates as the bulk of their team moves around the back here. A lot of the Confederates not by point. You have 9th Corps holding back here by point. They're moving that way to make sure it's secure. These Confederates have an interesting dilemma. I wonder if they're going to flank the Union from behind or go straight to point. We're at the 2-minute 20 mark on this charge. Union is still at least a minute away from point. So this looks like if the Confederates were now defending, and Confederates are pursuing the Union forces up on the hill. Look at them go. Led by none other than the 10th U.S. I don't like them shooting from this far. Because you take 20 seconds for a reload. You have a minute and a half to get on the point. I don't like those shots being there. I think they should have gone closer and tried to engage. But Confederates are still very far away from the point. 9th Corps is now engaging the Confederates here. The Union. Confederate campaign technically because they're flipped, right? But the Union team is now charging in mass. You can hear they're playing their encouraging music. You can see Confederates coming from behind. A minute 20 left on the charge. Confederates basically destroying 9th Corps, not surprising. But Confederates have 3 prongs slowly pushing for the point here. This is going to be very close. Confederates are now capping the point. They have more men on point.
I know.
Confederates have more men on point right now. This is just a quick overview before we go in the fighting here. Both sides colliding. This will decide the fate of the battle. There we go. It looks like Confederates are overwhelming right now. About 30 seconds left. Confederates still control the point. Balance is even, if I saw that right. You can see a Confederate man waving his flag. And the Confederates successfully push the Union off of point, and there's only a couple of Rambos left. 15 seconds in this game. Again, Union hits breaking. Confederates are taking losses. 7-man imbalance. So, again, you had a lot of Union Rambos out here, so it's not particularly surprising. Confederates had an easy job. They just had to go to point, and that's the end of the round. So, Confederates getting an over a pretty good win. You know, I can't complain about what they did. Union just lost charges. That's really all. They spent way too much time reorganizing on the counterattack. But it's still very hard to retake the point once it's taken on this map with only 7 minutes, especially when it takes a couple of minutes to even get to the point from your main. So maybe Confederates could have been a little more aggressive earlier, but they won. It didn't really matter in the end. So once the Union lost the top of the hill, it was very hard for Union to come back. I mean, we saw that plain as day. Like halfway through the round, they were at engaged, and they just hit engaged too. But after that, Union had to get up the hill, and Confederates just had easy control because they were always shooting downhill, going downhill, and we were going to see the casualties rack up. Another impressive fight, a lot of casualties, very fun to see. And with that being said, here is the post-game interview. Here we are with the post-game interview for tonight's event. The CSA campaign was playing as the Union, and the USA campaign was playing as the CSA. So it's interesting to look at that. We had 2 rounds. First was on Downtown, which CSA won, and then we had Maryland Heights, which CSA also won. Very diverse maps, very fun to watch, a lot of casualties. We have leaders from tonight's event, so we're just going to talk about strategy and more. So let's start off with the CSA campaign, the guys who are playing with Union tonight. They're going to introduce themselves. So first we have Zoo.
Oh, hi, I'm Zoo, leader of the 5th Florida. I was told to say something interesting about myself. Most of these guys, they have like ancestors fought in the American Civil War. My ancestors fought in the Chinese War of Japanese aggression. That's cool.
Thank you. That's a fun fact for sure. Next we have Rolo.
Hey guys, I am Captain Rillo, and I am the commander of the 13th Georgia.
Thank you. Next we have Kronk.
Hey boys, Kronk, Captain, 24th Georgia.
And then, last but not least, we have Zapstar.
Hey lads, I am Captain Zapstar of the 1st Maryland. Pleasure to be here.
Appreciate it. Now, on to the USA campaign, who played as CSA tonight. First, we have Archangel.
Greetings, Sergeant Archangel, 10th USG Company. Nice to be here, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Next, we have Phoenix.
Hello, I'm Captain Phoenix, 1st Battalion Commander for 10th US. Happy to be here.
Appreciate you coming. And then last but not least, we have Red.
Yeah, I'm Red from 9th Corps. Yeah, that's it.
So, let's talk about the first round downtown. CSA was attacking. CSA won the map. CSA, what was your strategy going into the round, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Are you asking campaign CSA?
Yeah,
or
sorry,
CSA?
CSA, the USA campaign. Open floor.
So you mean the Union?
Yes. So the guys who were attacking in downtown,
yes,
the
we
USA
wanted
campaign.
We originally wanted to be passive to preserve 40 seconds peace, but with that map, it's a knife fight in a phone booth. Like, you can't be passive on that map. So the strategy quickly turned to being aggressive on that map. We realized that we'd probably lose the peace, but we wanted to inflict as many casualties as possible.
Any other thoughts? Red Archangel?
From the battery perspective, we were trying to hit that stairs up at the top of the map. Try to hit that as most effectively, get as many casualties as we can, so CSA can push forward.
Yeah, so we're talking about the first map, right?
Yes, downtown.
So, yeah, I mean, I think the general strat was just, get in there, kill a lot of dudes, hope for the best. I mean, that's kind of the strat for CSA on that map in general. So I think we did that pretty well. Died a whole bunch. It was a lot of fun.
All right, cool. Thank you. Now let's move on to the CSA campaign, who is playing as Union defending downtown. What was your guys' strategy to defend downtown, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Who wants to lead that?
I guess I'll take it. Yeah, so the plan was basically just try to hold the stairs the best that we can and stop them from wrapping around the right. So I think Sussy just formed like a massive line over there on that right side, and then 4th Kentucky took the stairs, and we just did the best we could to try and hold them off for as long as we possibly could. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you can do on that map.
Yeah, I agree with Kronk. It was just simply kind of hold a defensive formation, don't push out, kind of use the angle to our advantage, let them come to us, and shoot through the fence if they're not charging. That was pretty much the story of it.
Any other
Yeah,
thoughts?
I mean, like they said, it's like a knife fight in a phone booth. I mean, there's not much nuance to it. It's pretty much just melee till you die.
It was crazy to look at the numbers on the field.
Took a strategic. Apologies.
No, you're good.
Maryland took a strategic position on the far right of the Saucy line. We tried our best to just stay in cover. We were there to plug any gaps that developed in line should the enemy charge, or should we face the insurmountable enemy artillery, which we did know an awful lot of on those staircases. I will compliment the enemy artillery tonight, as they absolutely shattered the units that we put up there. I saw multiple red mists. And my compliments, any man on the Confederate tonight, which is a Union campaign, their artillery is on point.
We went through the after action and reviewed it, and one shot we got 30 kills. The kill counter jumped 30 in a single second.
Yeah, definitely.
That shot was the shot that put you guys into the last stand.
Yeah, definitely. Like you wiped like basically half the line that we had defending point and just knocked us all in the last stand. We were like, shit.
Yep.
Credit
I was
OG
part of
for
that.
They were the manning the 12-pound Napoleon that took that shot.
Yeah, I just saw red, and then I saw that we were in last stand. I was like, well, shit. Here we are.
Just remember, guys, Sevi says artillery manpower is a waste.
Negative.
Say that to the 30 kills in the single shot.
It's one of those situations where I feel like we, as the Confederates, which were played as the Union, were using an old map for that map, and it really proved just how we lose to enemy artillery.
Facts.
Definitely at our mercy.
Zoo, anything to add?
I think that all of the city fight maps, like Washington Street, High Street, downtown, it all comes down to managing your information deaths. And it really comes down to the wire. I mean, we had like 44 out of lines to Confederate 16, and we still were behind on Morale State. So it's just a rough fight.
All right. Thank you for that. Now moving on to our second round, Maryland Heights. So the USA campaign was playing CSA, was attacking on Maryland Heights. So what was your guys' strategy, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
I know as for us, it was going up, taking the high ground first initially, right off the bat. 10th went up, and I believe 42nd was right behind us, right, Phoenix?
Yes. Our plan, by then we knew 42nd piece was white. We knew it was going to happen. It was inevitable at that point. So again, we went for casualties, and we wanted to take that crucial high ground. That's that eagle's nest. That's absolutely important for that map.
Red, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, for Reb Strat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, from what I gathered, it was just get on that left side, hold the high ground, and just shoot into him, or shoot down into him, preferably. But yeah, it was just full send on the left, get up in there and hold that high ground, and just wait him out, shoot him out, and be aggressive but smartly. And it worked out pretty well. Yeah, we had a good little encirclement going on the units on the left side. I know 9th New York was on the right wing of that encirclement. We're on the edge of it with the 51st, a couple other guys. And we were just tearing into whoever was on that side, just tearing into their flank as they were dealing with friendly units on our left. So it was just this really nice little encirclement we had going on that left side there at the beginning.
Yeah, on the map when you're spawning in, I saw we literally had a box around. It was like literally 4 lines in a box around the enemies on top of the hill. It was good maneuvering on our part.
Yeah, we maneuvered very well as a team on that second map. It was just everything was super clean. Reacted well to the Union maneuvering, trying to get around us. Reacted well to when they pushed out. Just a very clean maneuvering, I feel, which is what helped us, for lack of a better term, secure the W.
Thank you. Now let's move on to the CSA campaign. Who was playing Union? Who was defending that map? What was your guys' strategy for that round, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
I think the strategy in the beginning was just to hold the high ground, make them come to us, buy for as much time as we could, and I think we played the first like 2/3 of that game really well. It wasn't until that we got shoved off the high ground that things started to fall apart. Because Maryland Heights, we spawn all the way at the bottom of the fucking hill, and it just becomes very difficult to take ground back once you lose it.
Yeah, and like the Union said, they did a very good job maneuvering around us, and they kind of boxed us in at the top of the hill, and they did a good job shooting us down.
Yeah, I agree. Tonight it was the 13th Georgia's token, so it was my token at play. So basically, we knew that the 13th Georgia token was done by the end of the first map because we only had 500 manpower. However, PA had 1,200, I believe, thereabouts. So PA token was still alive going into that second map. So for us, it was just all about casualties. We did not care about winning the match whatsoever. Obviously, if we could win, that would be a nice little bonus, but we were determined to make sure PA died with us, essentially. So we were just all about inflicting those casualties. And I feel like although we didn't get the W, we still killed PA's token, which is a big thing because we had to hit at least 400 casualties for that second match, which was probably going to happen, but we weren't sure it was going to happen. So we kind of had to play how we played just to ensure that. And for us, my guys loved it. As soon as we knew we took out PA's token, we're like, hell yeah, worth it. So that's from our perspective.
Anyone else?
Not gonna lie, I had no idea that this was a campaign thing tonight. Not gonna lie to you, fellas. I hopped in.
Red, I fucking love you, mate. You know that.
Doug, I hopped in there and they were just like, "Hey, Red, what's up?" And I was like, "Hey, I'm coming to this event." And then the ninth guys were like, "Hey, Red, you should lead." And I was like, "Okay." I had no idea this was a campaign. What the fuck?
Red,
Oh yeah.
You sent me a friend request. I accepted it just so I could remove you as a friend.
Amen, brother. Hold on.
Ain't no way,
But,
bro. Ain't
no way.
Ain't no way.
way.
But hey, cool to know that it was a campaign. That's awesome.
Thanks for turning up.
Well, I don't have much to add from my side's contribution to that second map. I will once again make an effort to compliment our opponents tonight, because by God, everywhere I saw you lads, you were in excellent positions. We tried our very best to oppose you, at least Maryland's and many of us. And I know that, honestly, it felt great to have a challenge tonight. It's been a long time. Outstanding work.
Thank you. Appreciate it, fellas.
We appreciate it. You all fought well too.
Yeah, you got to say at the beginning of that second map, you guys were lodged in pretty well up there.
Yeah,
That
you guys
initial
were
push to
holding
get-
good.
Yeah.
That initial charge in there just didn't work out. We were a little worried, but you guys were doing pretty heavy in the melee. It was a lot of fun.
You rooted us out, and you won that engagement. You secured the heights, and with the heights comes so much.
Dude, I feel like whenever Zapstar, whenever you talk, it feels like I'm listening to like a podcast or like a movie trailer. Fuck, man, narrate my life for me. It'd be a lot more exciting, dog.
See, but in the charges, it sounds so very different. You can ask anyone here.
God.
Yeah, Eagle should be paying you, Zap.
No. Eagle's
Yes,
a glorious
all
man. He's
the-
put this all together.
I will give you all the battle line money that we're getting right now to you. Right now, $0.
Oh, wow.
It's fine. We're having fun. That's all that matters. So yeah.
Honestly, Eagle, what I will say is my lads really enjoy watching these videos. After every event, like I have so many that go over them, and they're like, "Look, this is when we did this. This is when we did that. This is when the enemy flanked us. This is how we could do better." Honestly, your videos, this channel, outstanding.
I appreciate it. Couldn't
Yeah, I
do it
know a
without
bunch
you
of
guys,
Ninth
of
Corps
course.
guys. Ninth Corps guys love this shit too.
I appreciate it a lot. It's lots of fun, and I'm glad we're as a community we can do stuff like this, like post-game interviews. It's great. It's fun. So, does anyone have any other thoughts for tonight's event before we call it off? Before I lose power.
Shout out to the 30th Ohio gang that made us lose.
Fifth Florida is a unit.
We're not a unit.
Oh
We're a
yeah,
group.
you're a group. My fault. You are a group.
We're not even a regiment, dude. We're just a group.
You're just a group. It's true.
Right, you're gonna be there tomorrow.
Tomorrow night for sure.
Fuck yeah, mate. That's when Maryland's really out in force. I look forward to it.
Yeah, so do I. I love Sunday night events.
Oh yeah.
We'll see if I'm leading or not. I don't know. If it's another campaign thing, I'll be lost. But I mean, I'll be.
Yes, Sundays are normally just conventional skirmish.
Oh, sick!
It's
All right,
like old times, right? You and me.
God. Oh yeah, 75v75, good old days. 26 frames per second, just as it should.
Just as it should be.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
dude, honest-
listen, like, go ahead, Durant. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, dude, I can fucking fry an egg on my PC right now. You got no idea. It is boiling this fucking room. Dude, my left leg is hot as balls. I feel like I singed off some hairs just playing this game for an hour. It was crazy.
What I really hope is that tomorrow we have enough people to fill a full fucking server.
Sunday,
That'd be
probably.
fantastic.
They're gonna
Usually we
split it
have too
100,
much, we have to split it. But I'm really hoping we don't split it tomorrow and we just have a fucking full server. Or better yet, the devs finally release after 9 months after we tested the 400 player server. Give us that. And we'll have fucking one event
See,
every Sunday. It'd be great.
I heard them say that the problem isn't server side now; it's client performance.
Yeah, it's
was
G
the last I
Portal.
heard.
G Portal
Oh,
can't
Oh,
handle
G
it.
Portal's the problem?
I thought I heard after that the devs say that it's not a server issue anymore; it's client issue. That clients are having too bad of a time.
Let me talk to Campfire Games. I'll settle it. We'll figure.
Yeah, Red, listen, like, I'd appreciate that because we played in that fucking event. 400 players, both
Oh, that was
like,
so
200
much
each
fun.
side. It was fucking epic, mate.
Yeah,
and
it was.
there was no hiccups, there was nothing. We fucking
I
got
didn't
it
have any
nailed.
hiccups.
I remember marching Maryland down this road with Union all along a stone wall. Like the entirety of the stone wall was occupied. Like 200 men each side. Just adds so much to the game.
So the real game-breaking question is, what do you guys think the next major War of Rights update is going to be?
Grass updates, grass texture.
I'm gonna go with
Flag.
cloud textures.
Cavalry. They upgrade Rebel
no way
feet
of doing it.
textures.
Oh,
I,
Rolo just said the C word. He said the C word.
thoroughly enjoy looking at Reb feet. So if they can update that, that'd be pretty pretty.
I want them at
Update.
least 16k, right?
In Conquest customization, you can actually, have your guys wear no shoes.
Oh hell yeah! All right,
Wait,
sweet.
hold on.
Yeah,
I
but-
could have my like NCO wear no shoes.
Yeah, in Conquest customization,
I didn't know. I'm gonna do that.
you can just take the boots off for most of the regiment.
Listen, for
Convertible.
anyone listening, I boiled my boots so that my men could eat.
That's a real man right there.
In the Florida regiment, you're not allowed to wear shoes.
Hey, Florida group. All right, Florida group.
That's
Get your
right.
shit together. Zip.
Hey, listen, I said the Florida regiment. I'm talking about us.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You're. My fault. My fault.
We don't even have fucking shirts.
Whoa. Hey.
Hey, shirts are important. All right, it keeps the sun off your back.
This group just lives off of peanuts and buck and mold, dude.
Imagine chewing on a piece of buck and ball. That's all you get for 2 weeks.
5-1.
Probably a little tasty, huh?
Exactly.
Get a little.
I'm sure it'll
tastes
rile
like-
you up a bit.
Tastes like peanuts, you know.
You got to kill the enemy to get your rations.
Hey, you know what? If you boil the ball a little bit, it comes out nice and hot.
Which ball?
The left ball always.
Left ball? Amen, brother. Hell yeah. I knew you had
Rather
some taste.
partial to my left. I'd rather not lose it. Zoo, you stay away from me in the camp. All right.
Right. I'll take your right one still.
That's fine. I'll concede that to you.
Hey, I found the next best Civil War game. It's called Rebel Reenactment Battle of the Wilderness on Steam. It's looking pretty fire, fellas. I think we should switch over to that.
Brett, is this a real thing?
Yeah,
Load it in.
Go to press all chat.
Oh
I mean,
no,
fellas, Colt Software's. I mean, that sounds a lot better than Campfire Games. Am I right, gamers? Come on.
Cold software. Ain't no
Yeah,
way.
look at this.
That's my dream.
it's the same game.
12 reviews, dog. Oh yeah. All right, ninth course switching over to this. It's just like Bekoff, same player base.
Yeah.
It's
So-
12 people. Let's get her.
Let's finish this up then. So, it was fun 2 rounds. Anyone? Did you want to say something before we call it off? All right. Anyone?
All right, Battle Line Network news buddies, join us on the next podcast for update, event, debate, Bekoff versus War of Rights. Which one's better?
We're only
Well,
gonna
that's
have
right.
war
It's
of
all
rights.
fine to
We're
war of
only gonna
rights.
have war of rights players come to that debate. No Bekoff. That's
Exactly.
a fair debate. It's fair.
Don't
I
forget next
want-
week when we invite Campfire Games onto the podcast to discuss cavalry.
Yes, do that because I want at least 2 cavalrymen for every infantryman. Make it happen.
Cavalry by Christmas, just not this Christmas.
Christmas 2025, baby. Let's get her in.
Let's get it.
Over the top.
So,
No.
all the regiments that participate in this event will be in the description below. The House Divided Campaign Discord will also be in the description if you want your regiment to join that. Everyone in this post-game interview will have a social media link in the description if they want one. So check them all out. Lots of fun. Join the Battle Line Discord. That's also in the description. What a shock. You can become a frontline reporter or announcer on here. Just let me know. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.
Consider
Lots of
disbanding your
good
regiment and joining this Florida group.
Have a bad night, actually.